All right, welcome in everybody. Today is June 21st. This is our Saturday Power Hour, and I'm filling in for my dad, Crystal, this morning. He had a funeral to go to. We had a family death, and he needed to go to the visitation. So I am here filling in, but I'm very excited. This is a jam-packed morning. We have three members from our Wellness Council. We have Pam Middleton, Dr. Karen Grisham, and Maria Long. They are not only powerhouses when it comes to our products, they are a wealth of knowledge when it comes to wellness, health. They are from the medical field, so they are going to tell you why they love the products, but also why they work the business. So they do both, which I love because this is a business call. And I am a firm believer that without great products, we don't really have a great business. And they go hand in hand, so they do both, and I want them to tell why they love both and why they feel like they do go hand in hand. And Pam is going to lead us off this morning. She's going to tell her favorite product. Well, all three of them are. They're going to tell their favorite product, a little bit about why they love the business, and maybe a little bit of their journey here. Pam, I mean, she's beautiful. I don't know if she wants to tell her age, but she told me in Destin this year how old she was, and I really didn't believe her. I almost wanted to see her driver's license because I was like, there's just no way. But she has, I believe, over 45 years of experience in the medical field. She's worked with a lot of women, held a lot of leadership roles, and she is just, I mean, if you just talk to her, you will really feel her passion, not only for the industry, but for helping people. And I think that's why she is just a true asset to the Wellness Council, and I think you will get a lot from her on this call. So, Pam, I'm going to turn it over to you just to share a little bit about your experience here, your favorite product, and why you love the community and the business.
Oh, thank you, Kristen. That was such a beautiful introduction. Thank you, guys. So, my whole 45 years has been in maternal child health, mostly the NICU and as a manager. But with that said, why this Restorix is my favorite product. Yes, I love the drops. Yes, I love all of our supplements. But this one right here, it gives such a boost to using our drops and our other products. Why is that, you can ask? This product is made of charcoal and zeolite. And because I worked in pediatrics, this charcoal that's in this product is the same charcoal when children get a hold of medications that they're not supposed to, and they're sick and they come into the hospital. This is what they don't give them this product, but they give them charcoal. And that charcoal is what they have to get out of their bodies in order to start feeling to be better. And this contains it. And zeolite, you may not have heard of, but it's a mineral, and it just like goes around like this, and it just goes through our body. And what it goes after in particularly is stored fat. And all we know, those of you whose hormones are a little off whack, as we go through those different stages of life, whether you're young or older, we go through those different stages, and we want to clean our bodies out from time to time. So this is very gentle. This isn't something that causes you to be obligated to stay at home and have a bathroom at hand. No, it's very cleansing. And that is one of the reasons why I like it. One key thing you may not know about this product is because it goes after that metal, because it goes after those toxins, those preservatives that we have stored within our fat cells that our body doesn't know what to do with. It is important that you know that you don't want to use a metal spoon when stirring your Restorix. What instead you want to use is chopsticks, works really well, or just a plastic spoon if you use them. And because we don't want to put more junk in our bodies when that's what we're trying to take out of our bodies. So some other really good things to know is because this is so gentle, this is one product I keep in my medicine cabinet all times. Why? If you know somebody and they come and they overindulge and maybe a little bit too much alcohol, this is going to help cleanse them out. I highly recommend that you take this after meals. If you're going out and you know you're going to be drinking, take it before you leave the house and then take it back, take it again when you come back home. If you take medication, it's 2 hours on either side of your medication. You don't want it to interfere with that. And of course, as always, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, you also don't want to use this product. We want all of those supplements in their body for that reason. It works excellent for stomach flus. So having it in your medicine cabinet helps. And if you need to give it and share it with someone else, it's right there. It's super handy. So using these products is what has helped me to change my life. As Kristen said, I've been in nursing 45 years. And when I retired, I noticed two things. Number one, as a manager who fed her staff all the time, I was overweight and I had high cholesterol, borderline diabetic, and something called cystic breast for those women of you who know. It's just it's just painful at a certain time of the month, and it could lead to something else, but maybe not. But those problems that I had made me think I'm not going to live a healthy, enjoy my life. I am actually 70 years old this year. Oh, well, last year I turned 70. And I really want to just live my longest life, to live fullest. And my one main desire was that I wanted to travel the world with my family and enjoy life. Being a leader, in maternal child health, I didn't leave the country. I raised my children as a single mom, so I didn't have the opportunity to really leave them at home. That was not going to happen. And taking them with them was 3 times as expensive. So was, I knew that when I retired, I worked for the same company, the largest HMO in the world, and the first, and I knew I was going to have a great pension. But what I didn't realize is, number one, if I didn't fix my health, I wasn't going to enjoy it. And number two, traveling the world in the 1920s, 25s is so much more expensive than what I anticipated. So I take my family on a trip every 2 years, 10 of us, and this business pays for it. When people in my department, when people in my hospital saw me after 3 months and losing 45 pounds and all of my health issues being resolved, they just said, whatever you're doing, we want it. We want it. We want to look like you. We want to be healthier. And nurses aren't, and it's not just nurses. In many of our businesses, we eat snacks. We eat unhealthy because it's quick and convenient. And that's how I fed them to make them stay at work, make them do doubles and all that. So knowing now that I have the ability to travel with my family, it brings me such joy. And that's why I chose this company, because the products work. And you're going to hear some from amazing more testimonials about why our products set us apart. There's nothing else on the market that I know has that zeolite in it. And for that reason, thank you, Kristen, for allowing me to share. And I will pass it back to you.
Yes, thank you so much. That was amazing. I always love hearing about Restorex because it is a fabulous product. And if you've
Mhm.
never tried it, I always recommend giving it a shot at least once or twice a year, because at least right after the holidays, we always because you use a Restorex cleanse. And I don't know if you were seeing the chat, but many people were not believing you were 70. I told y'all I did not believe it when I was sitting beside her. It was, yeah, I was like, I'm gonna have to have some proof of this. So you look fabulous, and thank you so much for being on. We're going to come to Dr. Karen Grisham now. Karen is a pharmacist she was a pharmacist for, I think it was 39, 40 years. Am I right about that? And Karen lives just about 30 miles from me, and we work together with her and her husband right there, Ken. Is that your better half or your crazier half?
Crazy, crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah. Karen is such a pleasure to work with. She knows she's a pharmacist, okay? So you would think like, we do supplements and I was about to say she did drugs. That wasn't going to sound right. Um, she's,
I sold drugs.
right, right. She put together drugs and gave them to the patients. So there's the confliction, right?
Yes.
But just like I think we all have learned from Dr. Strand, when you start getting in and learning about nutrition, you really realize the body wants good nutrition. And there is a voice for that. And I think she has learned that. And it can be preventative or it can work alongside. And I think she knows you don't tell people to get off your medicine.
No.
Yeah. And I love listening to her because it's so enlightening to get that side because I'm always like, no, people don't, we don't want to always go the medicine route. But I don't think she necessarily would advocate for medicine.
Not anymore.
Yeah. And so I love listening to a pharmacist's view on this. And her favorite product she's going to talk about is the Optimals. And to me, that's like one of the best products like we offer. It gets overlooked because it's not flashy, it's not a sexy product. It's this blue and green pill, but it's probably one of the most foundational products we have.
It is.
And so I'm going to let her roll right in and talk about the optimals and why her and her husband, and Ken can absolutely, if he wants to say anything about the business part, because I know he's a businessman, but they're going to talk about why they also work the business. So, Dr. Karen, you take it away.
Okay. Well, the optimals, it's actually two bottles. One bottle is the optimal V, which is the vitamins, and the optimal M, which is the minerals. You can go anywhere and buy vitamin supplements. But the vitamin supplements that we've got are very much more superb than what you can buy like at Walgreens. I'm not picking on anybody, but any box store. The most of the vitamins that you pick up are one a day. All that's going to do is help your body so that you're not vitamin or mineral deficient. It's not going to give you a good foundation, basic for cellular nutrition. The optimals that we've got, the minerals have 32 minerals and trace elements in it. It's got some enzymes and some superfoods, which really actually helps better than just the minerals that you can get from a regular pharmacy or box store. The Optimal V has 17 different vitamins in it, and it's got some beetroot and it's got some grape seed extract in it. And together, both of those work better together so that your body has nutrition for your whole body. They're not just a one a day thing just to keep you from having vitamin deficiencies. These actually they nutritionally build your body back the way it's supposed to be so that you have a good foundation on life. They're good for your heart, your eyes, your skin, your lungs. The both of these products, both of these bottles are actually in the PDR, and that's the physician's desk reference. Our company has several things that are in the PDR, but these are two of the specific ones that are in the PDR. And I like the fact that they have no fillers, no dyes. They are whole food type products, so your body recognizes them better. They're better absorbed. It does have the methylated B12 in it, so it is absorbed much better. They work. I have found, of course, I started on the drops, and it makes you not be as hungry. But I also found when I take the optimals, I don't have as many cravings because my body's actually getting the nutrients that they need. And so I don't have as many cravings with the drops, but
my body is nourished the way it's supposed to be. It makes it just makes you feel so much better. It gives you that energy along with the drops in together really work because a lot of people when they go on a diet or they start limiting what foods they eat, you can't get enough nutrients from the food that you're eating, and then you start limiting what you're eating, then you're not getting the nutrition. So this adds that nutrition back so that your body is functioning properly and that you feel better. And along with the drops, it just really, it's a synergistic type. It makes it much better for your body and getting your body back to where it should be. With the business part of it, back in 2020, working as a pharmacist, I worked at in a chain retail store, and I worked in a hospital. So both of those one went bankrupt, the other one closed. So I actually ended up with no job. I love the fact that I can still help people with this business because I like to help people with their health. And these products are, I mean, even if I was still working in a pharmacy, I would recommend these products over the products that you could get in a pharmacy because they're so much better for you and your body sees them, grabs a hold of them like they should. Ken is the business person. He can tell you a little bit more about the business, but I like it where I can talk to people and help them feel better. That's my goal is to help people feel better. Ken is the business person and is the seller and the that kind of stuff. But I like to he usually gets them on the hook, and I like to show them how they can feel better.
Well, since Ken is right there,
Mhm.
the business part, how has this business changed for y'all? Because, you know, he owns a couple businesses, and so this is, it's kind of like me. I work this as an additional business to my other business. How do you fit that into your life? Because some people on here, this is their secondary income. It's not always a full-time income. Could you give some advice to people that are on here working this as their secondary income, and how do you fit it in and like keeping your goals consistent with putting it in? Because life can get busy when you have a lot of things to juggle. Do you have
And
many?
we have 13 grandkids, so
Yeah. No, so
we're going and watching ball games and doing that kind of stuff, and we just fit it in with everything. I love that you can do it over the phone. You can do it over Zoom. Um, we have it in his stores. I have a wax studio, and I have the products at the wax studio. So that's what I do is my part time. Um, go ahead.
What? Oh, in this business, it's not for everybody, but it's for people that wants to feel better, live longer, live happier, and could stop the downward spiral. That's what it's for. I've been in business, I own several different types of businesses. The product does just sell itself sitting on a shelf. It does not do that. You've got to have somebody there that will listen to their needs. Because how many people that comes into my store, number one, man, I had a hard time getting up this morning. Man, I just don't feel good. I have these migraines happening to me all the time. What they're saying is they're needing our products. That's all they're saying. And it's up to me to offer their solutions. And she brought it up. There's no fillers. And I like this. I learned this from one of my brand partners. There's no killers in this thing.
Yeah.
It's all promoting good, clean health. And that's basically what I do. It does get challenging because I have several different businesses. We've got 13 grandkids. Here I'm in the truck on a Zoom or talking to somebody. Then it fades out and goes through a dead spot. And then I have to jump back on again. So you got to learn to pivot in business world. Everything in this life really is a fad except for one thing, two things. That's your health That's your health. If you protect your health, you can live longer, happier, sleep better. Skin looks even better. Look at this 70-year-old woman up there. Isn't she
She's
beautiful?
gorgeous.
She is beautiful, and stuff. So who would not want to look like that? And you just keep on talking benefits, benefits, benefits. And Kristen is the one of the best coaches.
Yes.
I think I'm on the very best team in the whole company because she's there for me. We all juggle our lifestyles, but if you reach out to her, she's going to get back to you. Absolutely get back to you. Thank you, Kristen.
Yes,
You're
thank you very much.
welcome. You're welcome. Well, thank y'all. Well, I'm going to come to Maria, who is going to wrap us up with her product. And Maria has been in the healthcare industry. I believe it's 30 years. I'm recalling this from when I did the Body Balance Challenge intros on you ladies. And she's a family nurse practitioner. And what I recall from your intro and what you said about yourself was you transitioned from disease management to disease prevention. And I absolutely loved that. That really stood out to me because like the world of healthcare is managing sick people. And what I
Absolutely.
love about this industry and this company is, I mean, we can help some sick people, but we want people to like not get sick or get sicker, right? Like, and if they are sick, how can we make them feel better? Of course, but I loved that. And I really, truly, we of course don't heal, treat, cure, prevent,
Yep.
diagnose anything here. But, I'm 40. I want to look, we said it, I want to look like this woman.
Don't
I'm
we
proud of
all?
that. Oh, I mean, I'm 40, but I want to look 30.
Yeah.
I want to keep turning it back, like, without injecting. But what can I do? It's literally preventing the oxidative stress to take hold of my face, is what it is. So I love that, but it's more than that. It's not just skin. It's how can I prevent that in my kidneys, my liver, my heart. So I love that you said
Absolutely.
preventing disease. So I know you are
Absolutely.
super passionate about Magna Cal D. I've heard you talk about it more than once, way more than once. So it wasn't a
Yes.
surprise to me that you chose this one. So this is Maria Long. She's also a nurse practitioner,
Mhm.
and she is going to come in and educate us on her favorite product and then also tell us why she works this business.
Yeah. Hi, guys. So, first of all, if you guys got any kind of nuggets or appreciation for this call and these amazing people that have already given their testimonies and their product knowledge, please put some hearts or some fire emojis in the chats and let's show them how much we love and support them. Our Wellness Council definitely does a lot of communicating and teaching and learning because we're constantly on the learning spectrum as well. So I want to give a big shout out to these ladies and gentlemen that I will be following and tell them all how much I personally appreciate them and their knowledge. So, okay, while you guys are in the chat, I want you to kind of we're going to do this a little bit interactively. I want you to put in the chat something that you know about vitamin D. And it can be anything. I want to see if we're kind of like a lot of us are on the same page. What do you know about vitamin D? Okay, somebody says sun, sunshine, sun, vitamin D, good for the bones, comes from the sun, bones. Happy vitamin D3 is a hormone, sun, bone health. Okay, now it's going so fast I can't even keep up. I'm usually a pretty fast reader. I'm not that fast. Gives energy. Yes, need 15 minutes a day, good for your mental health. Absolutely. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so vitamin D is critical for so many different organ systems. It is involved in muscle movement, nerve function, immune function, regulates the mood. Yeah, it's also called your happy hormone or your happy vitamin. Think SAD, seasonal affective disorder. A lot of times when someone has a low vitamin D level, that is one of their symptoms is like they just kind of feel sluggish, maybe not, their mood's kind of down, whatever. So vitamin D also has been shown to protect against like cognitive decline. It has vitamin, and I'm not speaking specifically of Magna-Cal D because we don't treat, cure, or diagnose. I'm just speaking in general terms of vitamin D. Reduces the risk of certain diseases like MS and certain cancers. It has been shown to reduce the risk of heart disease, reduce inflammation. Now, I got another question for you. What percentage of the U.S. population do you think is deficient in vitamin D? So put your answer in the chat. You might be surprised. Okay. You guys are a little on the high side. No, it's not 90, 800%. Yeah. So, yep. So 42 to 45% of the United States is deficient in vitamin D. So, I mean, think about like all of those different systems that vitamin D affects, and and to think that like 42 to 45% of us are deficient in that. So vitamin D also has a role in leptin, which is like it's a hormone that plays a role in making us feel full, our appetite suppression. It helps with muscle mass. So think about like I know, and Kristen she is our go-to person on building muscle for sure. But it has it helps to increase caloric burn even at rest. Vitamin D is also known for fat cell behavior, and it helps kind of tells what fat to store and where not to store. So, yes, I am a family nurse practitioner, board certified in family nurse practitioner. I don't work with pediatrics. I have the pleasure of working for the Department of Veteran Affairs. I've been there for 18 years. Definitely want to give a big shout out to our veterans. Thank you all for your service. Appreciate you. And here's what I like about working with veterans. I don't have to candy coat anything. And if I cuss, I cuss. And veterans want you to be real. They don't want you to be like, oh, well, maybe you could possibly. Private sector, yeah, you got to be careful. Veterans, you just say it like it is. So knock their shit off. This is what you need to do. End of story. And they love it. They're great with it. So I'm also certified as a tobacco cessation treatment specialist. So I help people to quit smoking. And vitamin D levels are always, always, always low in somebody that consistently smokes. So that's just a little bit about vitamin D. When I started this business, I really wanted to look at something that met certain requirements. I don't want to tell someone when I'm going to recommend a supplement. Okay, well, I want you to take this, and I want you to take this, and I want you to take this, and I want you to take this, because you need to buy this and buy this and buy this and buy this, because you need all of these to make this stuff work. Income Magna-Cal D. So let me tell you a little bit about Magna-Cal D and why I love Magna-Cal D. So Magna-Cal D, we're going to start with magnesium. Magnesium is needed. It is critical for vitamin D metabolism. So a lot of people that are vitamin D deficient, and they can get injections, they can get the sun, they can get the vitamin D3, but if they're deficient in magnesium, they're not going to metabolize that vitamin D. Vitamin D3 is essential for calcium absorption. Calcium absorption is needed for vitamin D3 is needed for that calcium absorption. But sometimes you'll hear people say, well, I really can't take calcium because, I have heart disease, renal disease, whatever. Okay, here comes vitamin K2. K2 paired with D3 acts as a traffic cop. So it basically tells your calcium, hey, guess what? You're going to stay out of the arteries. You're going to stay out of the renal system, and you're going to go into the bones and the teeth where we want the calcium for the strengthening of the bones and the teeth. So K2, D3 should always be paired together. For years and years and years, they weren't. A lot of companies are doing it now. We've been doing it for years. We've been doing it for years. So we are way ahead of the game. So then Magna-Cal D also has turmeric and ginger. Any idea what turmeric and ginger is known for? Anybody in the chat want to tell me what you think turmeric and ginger is used for? So turmeric and ginger, anti-inflammatory, antioxidants. Yep, seeing lots of information in the chat. Absolutely. So anti-inflammatory, antioxidants. When you have inflammation and oxidative stress, that impacts bone health and nutrient absorption. Want to know why I like vitamin Magna Cal D? For all of the above. So you know when you take a test and it has like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the above, all the above, all those things that we just talked about. We just talked about the vitamin D improving muscles, nerve function, immune support, reducing inflammation, metabolism of vitamin D, all of that in this bottle, in this one bottle versus 5 or 6 or 7 bottles of different things right here, all in one. I love how our company has done the research for us and puts all of these wonderful things into Magna Cal D. So how we looked at this from a business perspective, obviously I've said already, I've been at the VA for 18 years. I'll be retiring in 2 years. But in the meantime, I too have, my husband and I have 13 grandchildren also. So they're the best. Absolutely love it. We have 7 children. We love to travel. We love to do things with them. And when I travel, I want to take grandkids. We've been to Mexico, twice now with a group of them. We've been to Hawaii with a group of them. We like to travel, and we like to travel by ourselves, but we like to travel with our grandkids too. And so when I started looking at a second stream of income, it kind of, obviously I wanted it to be paired with something that I was passionate about, and health and wellness is definitely that passion. And so, but I didn't want to just find any company that would had any kind of random products or whatever. I wanted to make sure that the products that I was promoting as a nurse practitioner, having a medical license, I wanted to know the products that I was promoting was products that I believed in, products that I take myself, products that I would give my family, I would give my children, I would give my grandchildren. And yes, I do sometimes have my children on some of or my grandchildren on some of our products. So, but yes, that's kind of why I got into this business. And then the partnership marketing of it all, meeting these amazing people and being a part of this amazing community is all worth every single bit of it.
Awesome. Well, obviously, Magna Cal D is one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
I take it for a night, every night. It helps me sleep better. Obviously, bone health is huge, but sleep is a big deal to me too. This is one of my favorite products, and it's the formulation of it to me is like, I always say, I think all of our products are perfectly formulated, but if you really look at this one and you compare it to others on the market, there's really not another one. Like we can look at the optimals and like you can see like there's multivitamins on the market, but there is really not another product on the market like Magna Cal D. Like it is so perfectly formulated and ingredient sourced. It's really hard to find one that's like it. I really call it a perfect product. It took, I think, 18 months to be created. Um, people get quick results from it. And I think you can actually make medical claims on this product. There's not many you can, but it actually will help you regrow bone. So there's not many that you can say that about, but this one can actually make your bones stronger. Like we can say that. So that's a huge deal, especially for ladies over 40, 50. Like we're on the decline with our bone mass. If you're not doing something, wish my grandmother had found this product before she entered old age. It would have helped her so much. So ladies, bone density is a real thing. It declines. If you're not strength training, you need to be supplementing with some high quality calcium, vitamin D, K2, and magnesium because those are the perfect blends for you. And I always say, this is a business. Yes, it is. We're a health company and you get to choose. Like whether you're here for health, that was my road. In 2013, I was introduced to the products. This is my dad's call, so let's be candid about it. He didn't care about the products. He didn't know what was in them. He didn't care about taking them. He was given, his story was he was given a few bottles of Venali because he had a chronic cough from asthma, and he was 300 and probably 30 pounds. And he had gone to the Mayo Clinic, he had gone to Vanderbilt, he had been cross country trying to figure out what was wrong with his lungs. And they gave him, I think it was 8 bottles of Venali to try to see if it would get better. And the owners of the company said, "Is that Venali working?" And he said, "No." But the truth is, he had not tried it. So it doesn't work in the bottles. And he just wanted to know how the comp plan worked. That was all he was interested in. And if you know anything about our comp plan, the comp plan absolutely works, right? But he finally said, "I guess I got to take that product. They keep asking me if it's working. I'm gonna have to try it." So he tried the product, which is Venali, which I have to say probably is my top 3 favorite products. And anyways, that was in 2013. He took Venali 8 a day, and guess what? He has not used an asthma inhaler since 2013. And he has been on asthma inhaler since he was 3 and had a chronic cough that I knew as a little girl all the way up until 2013. He had. And so Venali is one of my favorite products, not because it makes you beautiful, but because it made my dad better. And then, so this is a true health company, right? You have to have products that work. Guess what? My dad's never getting off Venali. It doesn't matter if he makes money here. He's never getting off Venali. Yes, he makes money. Yes, I make money. But I found out in 2013 the products worked. So I got on the products. I was in the fitness industry since 2003. I tried the drops. I then tried Rejuvenex because I'm a caffeine junkie. I still am. I love caffeine. I like the hits. I like the rise. Then I got on the Optimals. Then I got on MOA. Guess what? I've never gotten off the product line. 2 years ago, I finally got smart enough. It took me that long to get smart enough to try to build a business. And then I've never not wanted to build business now because I found out how to make the second stream of income. But I found the health part first. Some people find both at the same time. I was not fortunate enough or smart enough to think about it like that. I have people on my team like Ken and Karen that wanted both at the same time. Thankfully, they did. But you find people that want one or the other, want both, and you work with them where they are, because if they want the products and they love the products, they're probably going to end up wanting the business somewhere because they're going to figure out people want to know what they're doing. And if they don't, I promise you'll have a lifelong customer. I'm a lifelong customer. My dad's a lifelong customer. I have people that will always be lifelong customers, whether they ever choose to build business here or not, because there are things that you will not sacrifice in your life, and that is feeling better. It doesn't matter how big your paycheck is. If your knees don't hurt, if you breathe better, if you move better, yes, a paycheck feels wonderful. But if you can get both, man, it's golden. And that is what this business and this opportunity does. So with that, I'm going to sign us off. We will be back next Saturday. We will have a new guest. My dad will be taking back over. And it's been nice being here, though, being like in the driver's seat on a Saturday. Yes. And
Thank you.
yes, the recording will be up, and I appreciate my guests being on with us. It's been wonderful having you here and hearing all of you speak. And I look forward to seeing you all next week.
Thank you,
Feel free to unmute and say bye-bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye. Thanks for
Thanks so much,
everything.
all of you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great Saturday and a great
Fantastic.
weekend.
Fabulous
Thank
information.
you.
Great
Thank
information.
you all.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you much.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Good
Amazing call,
information.
everyone. Enjoy the
God
weekend.
bless.
God bless you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.